Heads up for folks out there that may have a lot of money sitting in one of these major banks, as we're seeing multiple banks start to collapse. And really, it begins here, as this is now the third bank in the past week that has shuttered. This whole thing today, seeing Signature Bank, one of the two big U.S. destinations for crypto companies, being closed by New York regulators. They're saying that everyone's going to get their money come Monday morning. But this is the third major bank that has fallen in the space of a week. It's got people spooked. And this joint announcement that depositors will be protected above $250,000, because that's what the FDIC guarantees. This is to reassure customers that their money's going to be there and it won't be frozen. Now, Signature had $88 billion in deposits as of December 31st, 2022. It is a major bank. It is one of the major banks widely used in cryptocurrency. Like Silvergate, which collapsed on March 8th, Signature had a network that let crypto companies transfer dollars in real time. But with both crypto banks gone, this is going to make things kind of tricky for people to get back into dollars in crypto. And I just don't think most over there even see it. They're getting buffaloed by some of these headlines, but the proof is in the pudding here. Major banks have just collapsed, and I do not trust the government on their word of backing any and all of this at all, because it seems to me like some kind of probe is definitely going to be launched into these, and this very well could be attached to them saying that they're going to try to dismantle all this, because all in all, in the end, for them to push a CBDC, which strips all your freedom and privacy, they're going to have to do away with the rest of crypto as you know it. This has been what they've done in all the other countries, and we've seen this step by step. We also have word that gold and silver spiking. Some of the people that I follow over on Twitter tweeting out that they've never seen so many people buying gold and silver both on a Saturday ever, as long as they've been keeping track. I tweeted that information out.
My Modern Survival blog, they do a fantastic job over there on that blog. And they're actually kind of reposting this from, they published this, I believe, back in 2014 originally, when it actually happened. But it's shocking. It's quite shocking. I even kind of thought that deposits at banks were actually pretty safe, but he actually walks through, Ken does, how they've changed the banking regulations in 2014, where you are no longer a depositor. You're an investor. The money in the bank doesn't belong to you. You own a promise from the bank for the money, but you don't actually own the money. And if they default on that, they default on this investment or promise, they haven't actually stolen your money. Where that's kind of how it used to be, right? You put your money in the bank, it is your money. But now you're an investor in the bank. You say, what? What? Yes, apparently it's so. The more I looked into it, the more concerned I got. Friends, if you have a lot of money that's sitting in bank accounts, and the next thing you're going to throw out there, and I did too, is just like, well, isn't it insured by the FDIC? Yes. But the problem is there's not enough money in the FDIC program. Basically, if more than a little over 1% of the bank deposits in the country were to default, so if one of these major too big to fail banks were to suddenly take everybody's cash, or need to take everybody's cash, there wouldn't be enough money to cover everyone's bank accounts. Ooh, that's concerning, isn't it? Friends, you need to be careful about where your money is. And ask the question, is it even your money anymore? And we all have that experience by now, I think, or most of us have, where we've gone out there and we've been like, hey, bank, I want to take out $5,000, $10,000, or however many. And they say, okay, well, we can write you a cashier's check. And you're like, no, I want cash. I deposited cash in my account. I want to take cash out. And they go, why do you want that money? And you go, does it matter? It's my money. Give me my, I'm not trying to take other people's money. I'm not trying to take your money. I'm not trying to take somebody else's money. I'm trying to take my money back. Give me my money. And they're going, well, we have to see if we want to give you your money back. And if they're doing that when there's no crisis, give us a little bit of a crisis and then see how reluctant they are to give you any of your money. And that paper is scarily losing value at every turn. So if you have stopped being a depositor of your money and started being an investor in the bank, what happens to you when there's a bankruptcy? What happens when one of these too big to fail banks makes another stupid investment? They would never do that. Of course they're doing it. Have you heard about the subprime auto loans out there? That's a lot of these same banks that you have your bank accounts with. Friends, money sitting in a bank account is significantly less safe than cash sitting in your house. I need to repeat that because that sounds wrong, but if you're hearing me right, money in your house is safer than money in the bank. Because the money in your house, guess what, is your money. If your house burns down, guess what? You have insurance. And that covers your stuff. When the bank defaults on your money, when they take all your money to pay off other creditors or to cover other stupid investments, guess what? You're just an investor and you get to go to court to try to get your a chunk of your money back. But are you going to get all of it back? Investors don't usually get all of their money back, and usually more influential investors who have guarantees are going to get their money before you will. And then you're going to be sitting there waiting for Uncle Sam to give you some money. And if they don't have enough money to go around, you had better believe they're going to give you a percentage of. Friends, this is not stuff that hasn't happened before. This is stuff that has happened in our lifetimes to many other countries all around us. This is real stuff happening in real places to real people, and you need to be aware that that can happen here too, because the dynamics that happen over there are the same dynamics that happen here. The inflation is happening here that has happened there. The government corruption is happening here that happened there. Friends, we need to be paying attention and we need to be taking steps to protect ourselves, because I can assure you this, that the friends of yours in government, the friends of yours at your local bank, they don't either have the power or the will to protect you or help you in that time of crisis. You're going to have to watch out.
Runs now officially start in the United States of America. Bank runs have started officially in the United States of America. Please like and share. We're going to get into the breaking news. This is Black Friday, March 10th, 2023. This could trigger a series of events worse than the 1929 Great Depression and far worse than what we saw in 2008 and 09 with the collapse of every major financial institution in the westernized world. Again, it resulted in multi-trillion taxpayer-infused government bailouts in order to prop everything up and then create the largest worldwide global wealth transfer from the middle class to the top 0.00001% that caused the same collapse in the first place. And now on Black Friday, which I believe it will be viewed as the first domino to fall, much like Bear Stearns fall, and then Bank of America, Goldman Sachs followed, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, American Express needed trillions of dollars worth of taxpayer injections to prop them up. I believe that this is just the beginning of a series of events that will cause and cascade into more bank runs, because now it is official. We have the first bank run in the United States since 2008 and 09, and that will result in capital controls and many of the problems that I have been warning about. I'm Christopher Green, of course, your General Green. I'm out here in beautiful Maui. Booyah today. I'm going to get into Silicon Valley Bank. Its major cascading collapse to zero. FDIC and government officials